there is a purpose for every season under heaven, a time for birth and a time for death, a time to sow seeds and a time to pull them out, a time to heal and a time to destroy, a time to break down and a time to construct, a time to cry and a time to rejoice, a time to grieve and a time to celebrate, a time to scatter and a time to gather, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from holding, a time to seek and a time to surrender, a time to keep and a time to discard, a time to mend and a time to separate, a time for silence and a time for speaking, a time to love and a time to dislike, a time for conflict and a time for harmony. What do workers gain from their labor and toil? I have seen the weight that God has placed upon mankind, yet He has made everything appropriate in its own time. He has placed the sense of eternity within the human heart, yet no one can fully comprehend what God has done from the beginning to the end. I know there is nothing more meaningful for people than to find joy and to do good while they live, that each may eat and drink and find contentment in their work. This is the blessing of God. I know that whatever God does will stand forever. Nothing can be added to it and nothing taken away. God does this so that people may stand in awe of Him. What has happened before will happen again. What is now has already been, and God will call the past into account. I observed something else beneath the sun. In the place of judgment, wickedness was there. In the place of justice, wickedness was there. I thought in my heart, God will bring judgment upon the righteous and the wicked, for there will be a time for every activity, a time to judge every deed. I also thought in my heart, as for humans, God tests them so that they may see they are like animals. Indeed, the fate of humans is like that of the beasts. The same destiny awaits them both. As one dies, so dies the other. They all have the same breath. Humans have no advantage over animals. Everything is fleeting. All go to the same place. All come from dust, and to dust all return. Who knows if the human spirit ascends upward, and the spirit of the beast descends into the earth? So I perceived there is nothing better for a person than to find contentment in their work. This is their portion, for who can bring them to see what will come after them?